Now tell me, are you a boy or a girl?
Pronouns!
The Starfield Early Access is finally available, and boy has this game seen a bit of controversy already. In case you're not in the know, Starfield is Bethesda's newest RPG, and it's a flight simulator in space, kind of. I think. Anyway, the controversy really began when big boy YouTuber HeelVsBabyface made a reaction video where he went off on Bethesda and the gaming industry as a whole in an epic rant. A lot of people berated him for it, but personally, if you know my views on these sorts of issues, you already know I'm with him 100% on this. But one thing I thought was odd is that he actually continued to play the game. No game is gonna make me rage that hard and still somehow keep me coming back. So the bottom line is,
And that's the bottom line!
I think it's kind of hypocritical that he went on such a fiery rant, shitting on the game so completely, and then he just kept playing it. But whatever, I guess. Endymion did a reaction to HeelVsBabyface's reaction, and I'm really beginning to see what Synthetic Man says about Endymion for myself. Basically, Endymion thinks that pronouns in a video game are not something that you should get mad about, and that this whole HeelVsBabyface thing was blown way out of proportion. That cannot be further from the truth. The fact that we're still even talking about this proves Endymion wrong. The reason that the issue of pronouns in video games is in fact a big deal is because it's an example of larger corporate interests trying to force their anti-nature narratives, their anti-life practices on everyone else. Endymion said that for as long as we've had video games that allow you to create yourself, you were also given a choice between your gender, hair color, etc. And that adding an extra pronoun like they, them to the mix wasn't a big deal. The problem with that is that in adding these pronouns into video games has the negative impact of also placing these pronouns in the realm of reality. We are in effect being forced to think of pronouns like they, them as though they're equal to he, him, or she, her. I would be less offended if they offered pronouns like dog, cat, or something like that, because that would obviously just be a joke, but we're actually expected to take they, them seriously in the real world, and when you have impressionable young minds playing these games, you're gonna have a generation growing up that doesn't know what the hell they are. It's a thing that those in power are actually trying to force on everyone, and it's not harmless. Okay, whatever way you want to look at it, this stuff is not harmless. One way that our enemies corrupt our minds is by destroying all the things that we find entertainment in. So you go to a movie to get lost in the story, and now suddenly in comes a leftist and starts making movies all about leftist ideals. Before long, pretty much every Hollywood movie is about leftist ideals. Formerly great franchises like Star Wars get turned into utter fucking trash. In the world of video games, you see the same thing with The Last of Us, where it started off as a really great series, one of my greatest series that I've ever played, and then the wokeness infections creep in, and then you get something like The Last of Us 2, which was just complete trash. They start small with things that make you go, oh, that ain't a big deal. It's just one small thing. Why get so mad about it? And before long, the entire medium is infested with rats and disease. Even indie games are not free of this anymore. Just take a look at this Sea of Stars screenshot. So anyone who says that pronouns in video games is in any way okay is lost and cannot see reality. Endymion later goes on to say that a game that makes you pick pronouns is not automatically trash, and he would be wrong. The pronoun thing is a psyop to confuse young people's minds, and that's all that it is. If I see a dude, I'm calling you a dude. If I see you're a chick, I'm gonna call you a chick. Whatever you desire to be called does not matter to me. With the state of the world the way that it is, we cannot afford to be bogged down by this sort of stupidity. There are bigger things to be concerned with. I'm Switchblade, done.